Ya campur aja, cuma campur plastik nih. Plastik karung. Ini mah udah nggak kepake. Kalau nggak langsung dibakar kan numpuk gitu. Mending langsung dibakar ya cepat habis.
Ini yang masalah untuk kesehatan atau enggak?
Enggak lah.
Oh, rumah janda. Ini sebelah sana janda. Tinggal sama suami.
Polusi, asap, bakar sampah itu kan jadi hal-hal yang memperberat ke PPOK, pneumonia, infeksi lainnya.
Dari polusi itu, saya harus dirawat di rumah sakit. Kenapa diagnosanya pneumonia?
Invisible threat, yeah? We want to go on a journey together and find out who is responsible for this. And some people might be angry on us. That's all right. My name is Ben, and I've been reporting on the plastic pollution crisis in Indonesia for years now. With my channel Bule Sampah, I reach several millions of accounts monthly. I've seen a lot of pollution in villages like this. One thing worries me the most. People burn plastic waste all the time. But are only citizens burning? Who else is responsible for the big burn, and why do Indonesians actually burn their waste? Indonesia is struggling with waste management like here. Waste piles up everywhere, and mostly the poorest of the poor seek profit in it. Most of this unmanaged waste is then not entering the oceans, but it's being burned. More than 2.5 million tons per year. That is 4 times the amount entering the Indonesian Ocean every year. Halo, apa kabar? Yes, this is one of the many illegal dump sites in Indonesia. We are here in the west of Java Island in a small village in Tangerang area. And here is a lot of, let's say, informally or illegally dumped waste. And the poor people in this community live from making money out of the valuables in this waste. And the rest either staying here or they burn it. But they wouldn't say it on camera, I believe. We continue our journey across this village to find out who burns plastics and why do people burn that waste. After a while, we found someone who is willing to talk. Bapak juga mengumpulkan sampah?
Orang tua.
Oh, orang tua.
Kalau saya mah bengkel.
Oh.
Ini mah udah nggak kepake. Kalau nggak langsung dibakar kan numpuk gitu. Mending langsung dibakar ya cepat habis. Jadi kan nggak meresahkan orang gitu kan. Kalau dinumpukin kan ntar bau. Kelamaan. Tapi menurut Bapak ini yang masalah untuk kesehatan atau enggak? Enggak lah, lebih baik dibakar daripada nggak dibakar. Bapak saya aja ngambilnya dari Jakarta.
Oh, dari Jakarta.
Dari Tanah Abang itu dikumpulin ntar dibawa sini.
Sini dan di sini pila.
Ntar dibawa lagi ke Jakarta dijual gitu.
Tapi yang dan di sini
di sortir gitu.
Sortir di sini dan bakar yang residu dan semua ini. Di sana juga ya?
Iya banyak di sini.
Well, ordinary Indonesians, just like other Asians, seem not to have a problem with burning plastic waste. Some might even like it. I continue this investigation and then I come across something that really makes me wonder. So, yeah guys, we're just in this plastic village and they take all the waste from Jakarta, from plastic industry, and then separate some of it, and then most of it they just burn later, like behind us. And so it's quite interesting. We see here, obviously, the plastic industry is producing for Chinese companies, or maybe it is important Chinese plastic waste, that could also be, but we see a lot of Chinese packaging here in the middle of nowhere of West Java Island, Indonesia. So we can clearly see this is industrial waste. It's very uniform. It's all the same package. It has never reached the store. It's uncontaminated plastic waste from the industry that gets just brought here, and this stuff is not recyclable, so I think the industry is just using a cheap option to get rid of this material. Oh my god. So the whole village is going up in flames. It is a massive, like, chemical, sweet burning, sweet acidic smell here in the air. We are confused. Are there maybe not only people but also other more organized players involved when it comes to plastic waste burning? Who are they? My team and I asked the neighbors and come across these women. What they say makes me feel really sad.
Kemarin sih anak saya flex, tapi berobat jalan udah sembuh.
Oh, flag.
Iya.
Kenapa gara-gara?
Di cek lab itu katanya kebanyakan menghidup asap-asapan kan, merokok mungkin dari polusi mungkin gitu kan.
Kan bapaknya ngerokok.
Iya, jadi
Sakit apa berarti?
ini infeksi saluran pernapasan. Karena kebanyakan itu yang ikut polusi. Kemarin mah di Dinda radang paru.
Janda banyak.
Jadi apa itu depan rumah janda. Tanggal
Janda.
Jadi sebelah sana janda. Baru juga 5 tahun kemarin.
5 tahun. Iya.
Udah tinggal sama suami.
Even though they don't speak up openly, these women confirm not all Indonesians are okay with burning waste. Some even connect the air pollution to death cases. These women seem to know more about who else is behind burning all this waste, so we continue to investigate. Someone passes me a contact to a citizen who might know more about systemic waste burning, and he has to share a shocking personal story too. Can you describe what happened to you?
Untuk saya itu sangat tidak bagus, khususnya untuk pernafasan. Di bulan Januari saya harus dirawat di rumah sakit. Kenapa? Diagnosanya pneumonia. So penyebabnya adalah polusi. Itu.
How is the symptom of pneumonia?
Nafas sesak, batuk. So saya pun harus beli tabung oksigen yang harus standby.
How is the situation here about burning waste?
Itu sering kita lihat mereka bakar. Akhirnya kita tahu ternyata ada sampah industri atau mereka mengepul barang-barang sisa atau plastik kemasan. Mereka pilih mungkin yang tidak terpakai, mereka bakar di sana. Makanya asapnya itu hitam. Kadangkala baunya nggak enak.
This investigation shows me this is way bigger than I thought. Not only people burn plastics, but there seems to be a whole shadow economy behind, burning packages and residues systematically. This has the potential to be really dangerous. I visit Dr. Feni from the University of Indonesia in Jakarta. She's an expert for respiratory systems and she knows the health impact of waste burning. What is the exact impact for the health of burning waste?
Nah, yang concernnya untuk saluran napas, kesehatan pernapasan, terutama itu partikel-partikel PM2,5 itu yang akan masuk ke saluran napas, masuk ke alveoli, bahkan masuk ke peredaran darah. Begitu dia masuk, dia tidak masuk diam-diam seperti itu saja, tapi dia menimbulkan reaksi untuk pernapasan kalau digabungkan ke PPOK, pneumonia, infeksi lainnya itu polusi, asap, bakar sampah itu kan jadi hal-hal yang memperberat.
Invisible threat, ya?
Jadi terus.
Yeah, so we are now in the area where all the aggregators are, and I'm very, very exhausted, and it's hazardous here, see? So this is like super toxic. Everybody in this area now getting sick by default. This device can basically measure the air quality, like tiny particles, toxicity, and we are in danger zone, guys. A ghost. an invisible threat. At least this device is telling the truth about air pollution. There is a reason for it. Suddenly, we see smoke coming up and we follow up. Assalamualaikum. Kalau saya mau ngerti bagaimana yang fungsi bisnis itu.
Ya kalau di sini sistemnya gini, jadi kita ngambil ke pabrik nih. Ngambil ke pabrik, taruh ke sini, ntar dipilihin yang barang-barang masih laku kan.
Dari sisa sampahnya kemana?
Ya dibakar paling. Dibakar.
Harus dibakar? Gak ada yang opsi lain untuk pengelola sampah residu?
Ya kalau di sini pun kalau bisa nampung, yang misalkan nih lebihan ini ya nggak usah dibakar, nanti dikarungin. Kalau emang bisa diolah lagi ya, memang kalau di Bekasi dulu ada sih sisaan itu kan diolah lagi ya. Tapi bikin apa nggak tahu, tapi sekarang nggak produk lah.
Tapi menurut Anda ini yang ya unhealthy? Ya risiko kesehatan?
Ya alhamdulillah ya kadang-kadang ya ada lah namanya puyeng apa gitu, kepala gitu ya ada di mana.
Ada ya?
Ada. Kadang-kadang batuk-batuk gitu kan. Ya kerja keras lah banyak. Kerja keras.
This man confirms they burn large volumes of plastic waste because they get paid for it. Some plastic industries want to get rid of their production waste and find a cheap solution in such villages that then take all the burden. I mean, like, it's the environment we depend on, right? Like, this is our life in the end. But yeah, many people don't, they got used to it. Well, reporting about this pollution issue in Indonesia and other Asian countries always makes me wonder, why do people not take more action against pollution? Makes me sad to see that people are living in such pain and misery when it comes to waste management, and such nice countries are so heavily polluted. What could we do to basically stop this? And specifically for Indonesia, the country has to move fast with industries and the government to basically scale up a waste management industry. Otherwise, the country will fall behind and will go up in more flames and pollution. The investigation shows me Indonesia and similar affected countries might have to stop people and industries from burning plastic waste, probably with penalties. But it is also about offering alternatives and solutions. People need bins to drop their waste instead of burning it. And the informal sector, this shadow economy, needs to be integrated into environmental sound waste management systems. Don't take away their businesses, let's try to fix the supply chain. This was the first episode of RISE, uncovering Southeast Asian countries. Topic waste burning. Thanks for watching. Click here if you want to stay tuned and stay updated. And perhaps if you want to see another content of us, you can go here. Otherwise, please comment below, please subscribe, please support us. Check Instagram or TikTok for Bule Sampah, and see you next time.